Let me guess. You're here to kill me. You must be a vampire hunter. Or actually, no. Wait, don't tell me. You want me to bite you and share my vampiric powers. In any case, this isn't going to go the way you planned, my friend. You seem frightened. I guess it's a pretty clear sign that you're no hunter. If you couldn't tell by now, the suspense is killing me. What do you want, human? Why are you here? Oh, you're lost. Sure you are. I watch typically when people lose their way. They don't journey deeper into the darker parts of the woods, especially around an area a known monster set to stalk. Haven't you got any sense, or a compass for that matter? No, of course not. I haven't a single intention of hurting you, or anyone for that matter. Do you know how hard it is to be treated like a vicious monster? An animal? Of course you don't. How could you? You still have warm blood in your veins, and you don't realize how lucky you are. What do I feed on? I feed of animal blood, much to my own disgust. I find the consumption of any meat grotesque, even when I was warm. Actually, unfortunately, vampires have to feed on something as starvation of blood can bring on a frenzy that would render me completely out of my own control, and of course my efforts to protect people from my affliction would be very much undone. I just wish people knew I'm not a monster. I hate this. I never asked to be like this, but unfortunately it's my reality, and I have to live with that. It's been my reality for quite some time now. Who made you ask? I honestly don't know. It was so long ago. I've forgotten their faces, actually. All I remember is finding myself on the brink of death towards the end of a long journey. I remember the winter was terrible that year, and much like you, I lost my way around these parts. I ended up being thrown from my horse. Something spooked him, I think. And just as the frost was beginning to permeate my skin, a stranger approached me and offered me help. If I knew then what their definition of help was, I would have just chosen to freeze. But I agreed, of course, and here I stand, undead, unloved, and ironically, still cold. But that was a long time ago, and now I live here. It's away from people and out of sight, out of mind. I'm usually free from having to hide myself around here. I'm very interrupted, especially given the fair locals instill within every passerby. Honestly, I've done nothing wrong to them, not once, but still they see my eyes and skin and they already know me inside out. Oh, you saw the manor, did you? Yes, I do live there actually. Much like me, the manor is cold and unloved, yet there's still a little bit of light inside. I'm gonna take another wild guess and say you've been told to keep clear of my house should you see it on your travels. Correct? Typical. These people really do judge a book by its cover, don't they? Then again, I'm not completely certain, but I believe a terrible murder took place here, and people perceived it to be a haunted place ever since. Is it haunted? No, well, not really. The ghosts that live here rarely make any fuss. For the most part, they aren't really particularly talkative. Regardless, I'm sure like the rest of the mortals you know, you've already passed judgment, haven't you? Just because it looks run down and a handful of ghosts inhabit it, and a vampire, you've deemed it to be evil. You mortals, forever judging books by their covers, never seeking to look within. What do you mean you don't? You don't judge books by their covers? But you all do. Well, in that case, let me ask you this. What do you see when you look at me, besides, of course, a really handsome vampire? No one's ever said anything like that to me before. Please forgive me, but I am a little taken aback. So you don't actually see me as a monster? You don't fear me? Thank you. I honestly can't tell you how much this means to me. For so long, I've spent my days cursing the living for their lack of understanding and resentment, even though I try so hard to protect them from myself and try so hard just to live a normal life, knowing that you really don't see me as a monster or a threat. Could I be so bold as to ask your name? That's a wonderful name. I haven't actually heard that name all that often, actually. Not around here, anyway. You're not a local, are you? I thought as much. Well, it's nice to meet you. Oh, you want to know my name? My name is Cassian. Lord Cassian, to be exact. But once again, that title belongs to me a long time ago. It probably doesn't mean anything anymore. How old am I? It's awfully intrusive of you to ask, even if I am a vampire. I'm around 130 years old. I was created in my early 20s, so my body has remained virtually the same thing. The only thing that's changed is my eye and skin color. I miss my emerald eyes. They were a lot less threatening when meeting new people like yourself, though I suppose they couldn't see in the dark. Look, I really do want to thank you for actually taking the time to get to know me and all, but oh, shut up, idiot. I was getting to that part. I was gonna say I really hope we can do this again, and only if you like, of course. I'd be more than happy to have you around my manor for a tea one day, you know? Like, that's if you're free, of course. I don't mind the odd ghost floating past. Really? That's great. I mean, brilliant. Thank you. That's really given me something to look forward to. I haven't felt such emotion like this in so long. Well, let's get you back. I'll walk you back to wherever you came from. I know these woods better than most. Of course, being able to see in the dark is remarkably useful this time of night. Thank you again. You've helped me out a lot. So, let's help you find your way back. It's the least I can do.